What is up, everybody? We are on episode 31. Haha, I'm a genius. Anyway, we're gonna get right into it. We pick up where the Ivory. This is a continuation of combat. Yes, it is a very is a combat heavy episode again. That's 3 days. Well, 3 days for me, 3 weeks for anybody who's listening, 3 hours for anybody who's listening all at once of combat. 3 episodes. That was the word I was looking for. 3 episodes of combat. Hey, I said combat was missing. They brought the combat. They gave us a lot of downtime, role play, whatever you want to call it, because Carlos knew that this combat was going to be intense. But anyway, episode picks up with the Ivory Guard talking to Commander Buisson. He says, the Ivory Guard walks in and he says, like, there's some business going on in the courtroom, Captain, Commander. And Commander Buisson's like, I know, it's being handled. Who is this? Who is this man? Whose side is he on? And who got to him? Anyway, we go back to the fight. Zeos' his arm fell off from the last episode when he took all that damage. So Zeos turns and uses his crystal bend ability. Pretty sure they talk about this stuff on Power Word Chill, but what? What ability? His crystal bend ability. Christopher goes down. He uses it on Christopher, and Christopher he's down for the count. He's in death saves. Miraz is up, and he holds a witch bolt on Zeos, and he backs up into the hallway. Zeos uses his legendary action to move to Pickles and attack her. Dahlia is up, and she pulls the moonbeam back to Zeos, and then more radiant lights and heal Christopher. Christopher strikes with his daggers. The horde of dragons move in somewhere. Oh yeah, so horde of dragons come in. Not sure where they are, who they're around, and everything. But they come in and they attack Ferric. Ferric uses Word of Agony to push the dragon back and do a little bit of damage. They attack Pickles, attack Christopher, and he goes down again after being picked up by Dahlia for the third time. This is the third time Christopher has went down in this fight. Zeos tries to cast Banishment on Ambrose, and boop, he's gone. Ferric does the Crystalborn drugs, and he just does this drugs, and he has to roll a D100 to figure out what the effect's going to be, because Carlos hasn't solidified an effect. So what he came up with is the next spell he does maximum damage. Just point blank, maximum damage. He does Psionic Spear, I want to say. Not really sure what spell he did, but he said he does like a Psionic Spear. Zeos loses control over Banishment, and Ambrose is back. He just pops back into existence. Zeos casts Crystal Bend on Ferric, but Ferric saves with the nat 20. He's just like, get that out of here. Pickles is up, and she misses her punches. Zeos does his sludge attack on, I just call it a sludge attack, but he's throwing some sludge on Pickles. And she goes down. Miraz is up, and he casts Witch Bolt again. Zeos uses another legendary action to attack Ambrose. He fails, though. Adalia is up, and she takes her Decay Crystal form. Ferric is healed by Crystal Magic, and she uses Healing Word on Pickles, but Zeos counterspells it. Now, I'm with Katie here. Some DMs just shouldn't do the thing. When somebody's in death saving, you it's just an unwritten rule. You don't counterspell the healer of the group. That's just cruel. But Zeos counterspells. Trying to find a space. Christopher's gets a nat 1 on one of his death savings throws. Pickles goes down again, and the decay counts as 2 death saves. A dragon attack Mirage. He takes three hits from dragons that come in. Mirage goes down. They attack Ambrose and misses. Zeos uses his legendary attack action and casts Chromatic Orb Necrotic and hits Ferric. Ambrose is up. He does a pretty good speech here. He does a pretty good speech of like just pretty heroic moment, and he shoots Zeos. Ferric says they should leave again. Adalia will not leave to fight again another day. I wrote that, but it was just like sometimes I'm like, Ferric, it's making so much sense. Like, let's get out of here and we're not ready for this fight. When Ferric points that out, we're not ready for this fight. That gives me the impression of like, man, we should skedaddle, go level up, and come back. But I get why her character would want to fight, because this is like the closest she's ever gotten to fighting Zeos and beating Zeos, all that stuff, blah blah blah. So Adalia says no. Ferric leaves. He leaves. As he opens the door, heavy armed guards, like some big bulky guys and girls, show up, and Ferric shouts at them, "Are you just gonna stand there, or are you gonna go help?" And Ferric changes his mind about staying to fight, and he chooses to help the group. Zeos uses another dark fireball and throws it at the guards. And unlike the last measly regular guards, these guards are just like, that kind of hurt. The guards are up, and they all attack Zeos. Zeos uses his legendary action to just attack a single guard. Mirage is up for his death saving throw. Adalia does Moonbeam and kills Zeos. She does like a good description of what that looks like and how much that meant to her character. So that was pretty good. Heroic music plays, and it's very well fitting. Oh, excuse me. All the dragons disintegrate. Christopher gets up. I'm not sure who healed him. I forgot. But Ambrose runs over to Pickles. She is not getting up. He has no more spells to heal her. I think. Adalia's not nearby. Well, yeah. Okay. Ambrose runs over, trying to help Pickles. He doesn't have any more spells to help her. He shouts for help. And hold on, I'm trying to get the order of events of which this happened. He shouts for help. When did Pickles die? Pickles is dead. And I'm trying to figure out if somebody could have saved her. Did she die during combat or after combat? But anyway, Pickles is dead. Ferric says, she's dead. And Mirage is having a borderline panic attack, and he's like freaking out a little bit. His best friend, of course. The healers show up to help, and the healing magic won't work on Pickles, because I don't know if she's just too far gone or if there's something else at work. But my thing is, I think Adalia used Cure Wounds on Mirage to help him a little bit. I'm just like, why didn't she heal Pickles? But I think Pickles died in combat, and it just kind of was like not said yet. So I don't know. But the healer can't do anything for Ferric. Starts to do his death rites. He casts Speak with the Dead, and Pickles starts talking. Ferric apologizes for not being strong enough and not, standing the fight. And then he asks his questions. What would she like done with her body? And then she says, send it to her dad or put it on Miraz's front doorstep, whichever one. Um, Ferric asks if anyone has anything they would like to ask. Miraz says sorry also for not being strong enough. Is there anything you would like to know? No? Hmm. And she just says, nope. Such a pickles response. But Christopher steps up, walks up to Pickles, and he's just like, I've had enough of people dying. This is it. He makes a good berry and he puts it in her mouth, and she begins to heal. All the wounds and stuff start to heal all over her. And he casts Crystalline Transference. Is Christopher Crystalborn and I just didn't realize it, or what's going on there? What's now I got to go back to when Christopher was introduced and see if he was a Crystalborn. But is that just like Crystalborn magic that he just knows? Like, I'm a bit confused there. Christopher dies in this process. He transferred his life, and does that mean Adalia can do it? Interesting. Anyway, Christopher dies in this process, and that means he sacrificed his life for Pickles, and the episode ends. It is a pretty sad episode. So great combat episode. It started getting a little bit confusing with the chaos that was going on and tracking everything. But everybody did good, especially towards the end. If it was going to be another combat episode, I would have been getting tired of it. So they wrapped it up at a perfect time. There was a very good demise of the bad guy and very good speeches from everybody. There was a lot of characters going down. There was a lot of I don't know if they can win this fight, which is good in like a good combat, especially a big heavy combat such as this. Pickles dying and then Christopher saving her life. I'm a skeptical, paranoid person, so in the Discord, I think around this time, that's when Carlos is stepping down from the homebrew. Carlos announced that he was stepping down, and I told myself, he's not gonna give anybody Christopher. He's gonna kill off Christopher, and and that's kind of gonna be like paying homage to like his exit of the of Power Word Fell. Just kind of like, because Christopher's kind of his baby. He is Christopher a little bit. He's nice, he's sweet, he cares about everybody. I feel like Carlos, that is his character. And so I was like, well, Carlos, if he's stepping down from the homebrew, I'm pretty sure he's going to take Christopher with him. So Christopher ended up dying, and I called it. I was just like, I told somebody. I think I told Faye. And I was like, Christopher's gonna die before Carlos leaves, and he ended up dying. So I wasn't that shocked by that. But yeah, I don't think this episode was Carlos' last episode. I think the next episode is one. I think they try to finish out the arc, and then the new DM takes over. But it was a good episode. Bit of confusion towards the end with the with everything that was happening. So it led to more questions, but not like questions as like, I don't understand what's going on. It's more like, I don't get these mechanics. So besides that, the role play was good. I loved the moment of Ferric's like, if y'all ain't gonna leave, I'm gonna leave. And I wondered if they would have stayed and Ferric would have left and Carlos would have like party wiped them, how the campaign would have went. Just Ferric with a whole bunch of new people. And he's just like, yeah, my last party wouldn't leave a dangerous fight. But anyway, and then like the guards showing up and being like, we're here, we can help. So it just, I love the way it went. A little bit confused about different magics that Crystalborns can use. A little bit about like magic that anybody can use, like Christopher doing the life transference thing. My speculation is that, Carlos didn't want to kill Pickles and he wanted Christopher, vamoosed. So, I don't think he intended on killing Pickles in that fight. It just kind of just went that way. But I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm pretty sure all this legitly happened, but it's just my speculations of everything. But yeah, so Carlos is going to be stepping down from Power Word Fail around these episodes. I think next 2 episodes, and we'll have a new DM. That's pretty much it. 16 minutes. So I will give this episode 7 hit dice out of 10. Just a little bit for like the map confusion of where the dragon were, and just a little bit of the mechanics and like spell work. But the episode was still good. Katie did a really good job finishing Zeos. The whole team did a really good job of fighting Zeos. Ambrose did a good guy speech. There was a lot that I liked in this episode, but this episode was off, and I was like, I'm a little confused. I am a little confused. So I will 7 out of 10. 7 hit dice out of 10. And that's all I got for you guys tonight. It is Friday night. Want to get back on the game. What are you playing tonight? Are you playing anything? I think they're doing... Nope, it is over. It is 11 o'clock. On Fridays, they do movie night. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget, you are loved, you are important, and you matter. You guys have a nice night. Thanks for tuning in to Miles TV. Bye.